Кто там? Мерседесы? Там где Льюис? Да! Вот нужно и отказаться.
Been scouring the socials and asking around, and I'm delighted to say that the team are none the wiser about us chatting with anyone else. And the meeting went well too. I know. I'm amazing. You're welcome.
Пока нет там ни с кем соревнований. Red Bull, да они тебе. Red Bull. Ты какой-то подряду. Не догань, погоди. Да я еще лучше, еще сильнее. Я Максом займусь тем Ферстаппеном. Сильного очень. Вообще непобедимого. Короче. Слишком долго.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
Мерседесы, Макс. Конечно, не такие. С этим Макс, кстати, не Льюиса.
You mentioned to me that you.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid line up for the...
The wrong way for you. What's it mean to you? Yeah. Is it something that you did think about in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I did think about it. They said you have one rig every hour.
People falling into the trap, but that's the standard thing that you do, but everyone's different, like your body makeup.
Ben may have thought he was doing the right thing. It depends on the size of the drinks he had.
The beloved Suzuka had a couple of unplanned years away from the calendar, but it's now back where it belongs, at the heart of the Formula One season. Welcome along to the Japanese Grand Prix. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Perez, Sargent, Albon, and Joe Guan Yu. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, you know us, professionals as we are, we don't listen to rumours all the time, just some of the time. And in the case of this driver, I think we were right to listen to those rumours because they were true.
Seems like the rumours are true, Crofty. Now,
okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, which means there's a...
Япония, что-то этого. Макса, Голландия, кто-то. Япония. Мерседес, Макс.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Okay, Max, I know you've had a couple of scrappy laps, but let's focus now on getting your head down and keeping the next few clean.
There you go.
Okay, mate, we didn't get what we needed there, I'm afraid, but head down, chin up, and let's focus on the rest of the race.
Eu não vi duas coisas boas. Isso foi aqui no Falcão? Mas eu tenho
Final lap, push, push.
Замало, это статный был не готов. Я сама буду не знаю, дома. За Максом я. Ты походу целую два. Не знаю. Сегодня не знаю. Ребят, ну Формула 2 есть. Я вообще не знаю. Поэтому кто он крутой. Кто он ебал. Тут есть такая Формула 2. Ну, любимый F1. Типа считал это. Сейфер возвращается. Я как бы... Сейчас ты сейчас настолько жестко, а он... Сейчас очень сильно.
We do better than last week. The car was on real sun every tire. Incredible, guys.
Макс. Четвертая подряд.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Ты за Макса.
It's like going to war. And getting home, finding dinner with his girlfriend and her mum.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we...
Because you're on your pace, it's coming up with a reading on the instrument here. At the moment, we're going to place you under a rep analysis. Another machine in the other room. Okay?
Сильнее чека.
Daniel's reading is very low, but he insists he's had nothing to drink.
The look on his face was actually quite so. And he said no, he hadn't had drink since yesterday afternoon.
Китай.
Sergeant Gary Cooper takes Daniel into the bus for a definitive test, and stops him to back to what might have been their reading.
You know, Daniel, but you can count the amount of holes. Can you give us a whole eyes already? No? Anything at all, you see. Anything you want to see around.
Макса.
Okay, well, we have results. I want antibiotics and sympathy, so that doesn't make a difference. When was the Red Bull? Empty afternoon? And was there any large, was there any alcohol? No. GYP just open. Okay.
Red Bull. Чеки. Макларены. Макларены, блин. Макларены, идиоты. Внутри какой Red Bull. 104 очка сразу. Баба, блин. Макларены. Где? Макларены, идиоты. Вот сильнее.
And RB's unit is targeting the rush hour. Traffic is extra heavy this morning because it's the first day back to school.
А вот за команду я не питался еще. Сейчас 4-й.
He's about to drop off his daughter when he got stopped by police and tested.
Там нужно подбирать надо команду. Особенно напарника, блин. И какого-то идиота брать, а какого-то сильного пилота. Напарника брать. Чтобы помогал, блин.
You had a roadside drug test. That's indicated you could be positive to an illicit drug. Because of that, you're now under arrest for the purpose of a second test. Where are we up to tonight? Playing school news. Left you plenty of time so we wouldn't be late, but...
For Charles, getting busted for driving with cannabis in his system was the last thing he expected.
Now here's something we haven't said for a little while.
Oh, it's food. Сильнее. Внутри ты сразу ехал. Ну там почему такое триющее сразу. Будешь дышать. А ты-то 4. О-о-о! Чего, блядь? Новая трасса в мастерской. А, это в
He
этой.
needs his license, but his temper's not helping the situation.
Купить игру надо.
Friday night,
Игру, да.
New South Wales. We do have a big problem with driving.
Группа не работает.
The attention of Officer Hicks.
Ну, это Roblox на фейске. А вот дрифт не знаю.
47-year-old Julie is driving home from the train station.
Не пробовал.
Where have you been tonight? Oh, okay. Just got off the train, did you? Okay. You had a drink 2 hours ago. Was it a big one? Just got to run through the tube on the ground. Just try and listen to me. Just got to run through the tube. No. Well, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Let's run you, and alongside me in the commentary,
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Oh, you're one problem. Okay, just give it a shot now and just go through the tube for me.
Почему потренировался?
What's the one problem you have?
Что, ребята, я выпустил дрифт есть. Просто поиграл немного. Я не знаю. Я не знаю, конечно. Здравствуйте, ребят. И со стороны. Тут открыть. Можно подпаковаться. Тут у меня дрифт есть онлайн. Карты как онлайн называется. Там дрифт это жесть. Это сложно, блин. А машине какие-то 100 не, я всего лишь 100 будет. 166. Тут дофига. Там одна гумила. Там такая мощная, блин, ну не разворачивает. Ну, подстроить надо. Не разворачивать. И все, и не будет крутить. Трозик как. Сейчас, помню, там. Фризер. Точно он старый. Ну, если это не пункт, это не это, а еще мы записи старая. Ну, понимаю, побывает. Это пункт старый. Такого уже не будет.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Эти у меня есть.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, mate. Final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Ну, не знаю, если кто-то тут поддерживает. Четвертый.
Congrats everyone, that's just amazing. Let's keep this up.
Yeah, Max.
Not an easy job to do.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up,
Out of Deniliquid, the annual youth muster is coming to a close. As the 25,000 strong crowd drag their youths amid the road, police breathtaking units are hard at work. For biker Trevor, the last night of was
now here's something we haven't said for a little while.
Я не отвечаю этого. Вообще не знал, что летает. Вообще летает. Да, теперь будут играть, вспоминать. Тренироваться. Блин, ну, да и все. Вспоминать прикольно. Да, у меня очень давно. Очень давно. Он руки не помню. Еще давно уже меня. Очень давно, не помню, сколько лет уже. Он мне робот с 4 работает. Поддержит. Не знаю. Свой поддерживает. Четвертого. Робот работает. Я уже играл, он работает. Ну, чтобы не заезд. Девятый. Чего, блин?
As he tried to move them ashore, he crashed under a concrete wall. George's grandnieces rising on the boat's cabin and took the full force of the collision across their bodies. Paramedics fear one of the girls may have suffered a spine injury.
The girls were saying up front,
The boat's forward reverse gear shift failed at a crucial moment. But was alcohol also a factor? The rain is crashing down in Newcastle, but that hasn't stopped thousands of railways from going to...
So with the race and striding...
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Это дрифт. Попало, ну. Ну, неплохо получилось у меня. Ребят, я дрифт делал. Ну, с зонами, с криппи-поинтами. По баллам неплохо. 74 балла, наверное. Это неплохо. Неплохо. Опять столкнули. Нет, тут есть. Лидером.
That's an indication to us. So it's not a true reading of this.
They just want to find 50 cents as a win. Продавает.
Not a good reading, considering James likely.
Это, блин, это невозможно.
Тормозами, блин, еще. Держи. Не поехал. Терминатора? Умеет вылезть какого.
Is having a hangover nightmare.
Yeah, I smell strong about the whole died with that shot. He did indicate to me
Oh.
he was midnight drinking.
Этот, Твич, вон и тут есть. Да, у меня аккаунт другой уже.
Partying at the Denny Ute Master with a group of mates.
Не, у меня другой аккаунт. Я уже такой у меня.
It's not
Shit,
just
shit.
his work that would suffer if Trev loses his license.
Stupid. Stupid.
As Trevor contemplates life without a license, his mates swap old bike attacks,
Leave it.
including the breath test.
Большие его.
Yeah, that's it. Big weekends are getting harder to take.
Sadly, the advice
Save.
came too late for Trevor.
And stop. And stop.
С bullshit.
Snared during an operation in
Сейчас
20
ты просто крутой, блин.
Alex appeared shot people just over the limit.
Сейчас я много круче стал. Фриз, блин.
Alex drives a vehicle that paints lines on the road, and his job will be on the line if he blows over on his secondary test.
Yeah, definitely did. Without that, I'm pretty much screwed.
Knowing it's going to be a close call, Alex goes over exactly what he's had to drink.
One crappy and one dry. Well, I was drinking 3 months.
Two standard drinks. Everything's running on lines, making it under the 0.05 minute.
Этот вообще ничего не поддерживает.
Stop. At Clark Island on Sydney Harbour, officers Winslow and Hunter are at the scene of a boating accident. 2 young Swiss girls visiting Australia have been hurt. The girls may have suffered spinal injuries. They were sitting on the cabin of their grandmother's cruiser
Иди сюда,
when they ran
подключай.
into a concrete jet.
Get the girls out of here.
This is the family Australia Day celebration gone horribly wrong. George said he had a beer before lunch, so Sydney Constable Winslow has to rule out alcohol as a factor in the accident.
Nothing
After the Denny Ute muster, the Utes aren't the only things left looking a bit dusty. But like a Trevor, it's the morning after a big night, and nothing is going right for this easy rider. There's a technical problem with the breath analysis machine. Trevor Ownership takes a detour to Tocumwal Police Station. The result from this secondary test will determine if Trevor can get back on the road again.
Oh, see what?
But 10 hours after his last drink, and Trevor's system is still struggling to clear the alcohol.
Yeah, you did seem to watch it. On the film. You probably could do it again. You might give it some other people. Do we go every night? Need to allow the body to give it the
When Trevor gets home, he will really be in the top box. Road worker Alex barely blew over the limit roadside.
He's lined up for much closer.
So it's going to be a line call for his second reading.
Nie idę pies. Ja tylko zdjąłem czasem.
It's a huge relief, and Alex phones his worried girlfriend to tell her the good news.
O! Zrytus. Ja cię nie wchodzisz. Da.
Waiting for his result is an experience that Alex never wants to repeat. That's a very long good thing to do. It's extremely long waiting for the check the race. It's not much fun. In Newcastle, a spur of the moment idea to go to an all-day concert hasn't been a good one for Jay.
I tried $60 for the tickets on eBay.
Pomni.
The price he pays for driving home tonight might be much more. What time did you first drink again, mate? And the last?
Вот это шустрее.
How many would you say you had? 7, open day, maybe 8. 7, 8. Yeah. No, downside.
It could be a case of history repeating for Jay.
Lost the life when I was 20, lost the life when I was 23. Looks like I'm going to lose my life again.
Trying to turn over a new leaf, Jay's just moved from Perth to be a driver at coal mine.
Just come over here to do something right in life instead of just working a 9 to 5 job.
Ah, da firma.
Hurry. hated it with him, but just the mates. But what do you do?
Oh, that's something. Oh.
Keep going. That's one.
In Newcastle, a big day out at a music festival has gone completely pear-shaped for Jay.
Sen de tanıştık. İyi. Чуть постоянно. Быстрее, быстрее работай. Ну, сука, нахрен. Нет, это зверец.
I've been done for drinking rum before, and yeah, I was pissed, but I honestly paced myself today. The only thing I reckon that actually did go wrong is that I did not eat. Love you, Mum. Have that on there.
A boat crash at Park Island has left two young girls badly hurt.
А это белыми.
Clearly shaken. Skipper George says he had just one beer before the accident.
У них. О,
But officers need to make sure he's
ну так, у них. Получше. Постоянно.
George goes well over the legal limit. But it's a nervous way for everyone as the girls are transferred to hospital for treatment.
That's the worst not being anyone can have. Australia, there's children injured. It just tugs at everyone's heartstrings. That's everyone's nightmare.
Period of observation in hospital. Both girls made a full the police investigation deemed the collision to be an accident. Jade was convicted of low range drink driving, fined $550 and disqualified from driving for 3 months. Bike and Trevor was sentenced to low range drink driving and placed on a 2-year good behaviour bond. Next week on RBT.
Я не жду.
Experience usually do go over.
That was RBT, and this is Getaway.
Ну, да, 15. Да. Как проблема с коллекцией?
Police have set up an operation near a roundabout. So if any drivers try to get onto the runaround, Senior Constable Trent Elliott is waiting.
It's just to get in the vehicle, turn left at the last minute, or obviously make an obvious attempt to get away from the stationary centre. 9 times out of 10, we still get the majority of our fucking PCRs.
О, да. Она это летает. Дрифт еще все тут.
It's a local business owner. She and her husband went to the pub, and now she's heading home.
Get you to take a deep breath, like, you know, if the future recovery is going. Unfortunately for you, okay, you haven't tested positive. So, yeah, this is just an indication. Is that this combination? arrest. But if that's the written analysis back on my police station, everybody knows me in it. That's all right. There's just one positive, so what we'll do is just take her back to the station, give her a secondary test, step back there, the written analysis, and see how she goes. Very quiet, very friendly customer, so it's always good when we get one all done. Very good.
I do. Two beers, so fingers crossed. So do you reckon it might not be a chance, like it might be over?
Yeah, so not eating, that's a big problem. Okay, that's food absorbs there. So you haven't eaten all day?
No, I've been busy for a couple of days. I've been eating yogurt and nothing else.
So business is obviously going well.
It's going really well.
It's after midnight in central Maitland. Senior constables James and Street notice a car that screams, "Look at me."
That looks nice and smooth. Right.
The police computer reveals the vehicle has a colourful history.
Occupies Maitland Street. Street racing.
And ready to see license there for a second.
19-year-old Nathan has spent the evening at a nearby housing park.
You know the car there? No, that's what you make. It makes a car, yeah. Why are you driving?
I just had to go pick it up. I ain't got it for the night.
Right? As a big player, Nathan can't have any alcohol in his system.
Have any alcohol tonight?
I had two larges, had one about 7-ish, and then the other one probably about 1-ish or something.
Largies or long necks are usually 750 mils each. For Nathan, that adds up to a litre and a half of full strength beer.
You know, any reason that you did come back to the police station?
What's the next license stop? Stop.
In an unmarked police car, senior constables Ryan and Delaney are patrolling the streets of Campbelltown.
At the moment,
Scanning the traffic, they look for any signs that may indicate the driver was intoxicated.
one of the times actually trying to get a pickup to do it. So then if you got a bit of speed or a little earlier, the other time you go around the president.
Up ahead, a tow truck gets their attention.
Catch up to him.
Unaware he's being followed by police, the driver continues to chat away on his mobile.
He's not a car. He's still
Talking on a handheld mobile phone while driving is an offence, but for the driver of this truck, that's not his only worry.
Stop the initially through, take it out, right? Ready? Again, two drinks. Yeah.
If Red Close over, that phone call from his boss proved to be a very expensive mistake. It's up at midnight in Sydney's west. Acting Sergeant Tony Malaban has just tested a driver whose story doesn't quite match his reading.
He had 2 beers, but the whole car. I don't know whether it's the other guys or whether it's the...
36-year-old Iraqi-born Wyatt has lived in Australia for 10 years.
Do you understand what's happening? Yeah, I think it's okay, but you have to hop out of the car.
go into the bus and put in the proper machine. They're going to give you on the ring.
Wyatt's been celebrating a friend's wedding at a nearby function centre. But his memory of the evening seems vague.
So you don't think you've had much tonight? Yeah, not that much. You didn't have much at the moment? Yeah, actually, half an hour, yeah. I think like one. Okay. What day I think one. They beers today? They were beers? You said before they were beers? Yes.
Wyatt thought he was fine to drive his family home.
I've got all the family because I've got my brother. We got a kid later. So I have to drive. Well, we have to enjoy the party as well. How many drinks did you have tonight? I got like 12.
Grant was caught talking on his mobile phone while driving.
Let's go back. I don't think I can drink it. Yeah, I can. Maybe I have to drink like the honest. 2 drinks.
Now that he's admitted to a couple of drinks, his towing days might be over.
Okay, Grinch. Look here, this is good. I'm getting down there across this event. Just go up on sound it with honest. Go. Stop up there. Okay, now you're up. You should give it back in the kind of driving. Okay, so we get any questions? I don't care if you're not on the plate, he's going to pay it, not me. Next morning, he can pay it.
After blowing over the roadside, local business owner Carla is on her way to Byron Bay's police station. And it's not exactly the glamorous surroundings she's used to.
I'm just going to leave that there.
The lockup doesn't have quite the same ambience of the Manny Penny room, and Carla is blaming her other half.
Yeah, definitely my husband. Just went to the beach, he set up to not lock drinks and then decided to drive away, but I should have probably played him.
She's really guest. She's very helpful, but she's going to be lined up. From my experience, from the amount of time I deal with rooms, they usually do go over. Things that they reach it.
Minded my thing and tanning, so that's a nice meeting. So that's what's going on.
As Constable Elliot prepares her second test, Carla casts her professional eye over him.
He doesn't need any
Blush. Now it's spring, and then it's away.
Oh, I would say 65, 69.
It's good when you're self-conscious.
Carla moved interstate with her husband to open her own beauty salon. But if she loses her license, things could get ugly.
Yeah, massive drama, huge drama, huge. 20 minutes out of town. And there's no one for so it'll be a big drama.
Okay, here we go. Like I said before, just a nice deep breath, like calming into situation. It's not too much. Okay, deep breath. And blood. Thank you very much.
Just a few quick years after work, Carla could spoke that she would have to get
Слишком такие проводы стоят. Это нет. Я уже понял. Нет. Слишком высокие обороты. Просто будет та-та-та-та-та-та. Не та, что сейчас вот 40 выше управлять.
You've given it a reading, okay, which that means that you've got to come back to the station and line to the progression analysis. Well, it's a reading.
Ai, isso é tão bala, velho. Trolando um pouco. Ну, Макс, по-моему, сильнее оно. Ты помнил ламбу, ты не догнал. Она хотела, не пробовал.
Now use DRS. DRS now available.
Не был бы главный, не в стриме бы играл. Удался. Ника. Ты уже не но все, наконец.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Они сейчас помнит эту?
Okay, Max, focus up. I know you spent some time off track, but let's see if we can bring it back. Keep it tidy as much as you
Да,
can.
да, есть. Блин, я не помню, ее боёт. Ну, блин, я забыл. Блин. Блин, вот вспомнил. Блин, а. Ё-моё, не помню название. Блин. Сколько там? 54%? Да. У меня было 74, больше было баллов. Брал. А, фарный.
specialist and everything. I'll be in that with you, bro.
Я пробовал. Корректировка.
Okay, take that one, big red thing.
Контакт. Контакт со стеной. Корректировка. Бабах, развернула. Сколько? Блин, 40, да? Средняя к последователям. Средняя. Да, у меня было все немного лучше. По баллу мне было лучше. 49. 34, а у меня было 40. Четыре.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
The checker flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting...
Как я за лобби гонял. Да, этим Максом ошибка была. Макс.
Just cruised down from the Gold. Alex is on his way to a mate's place, so he can catch him later.
Right, mate, the instruments indicated that you are over the limit and under arrest for the purpose of a breath analysis. You're going to be conveyed back to Foreign Bay Police Station for the breath analysis. You're going to have much over it. I'll make you go to have on that file. How many did you have? You said you only had one? Yeah, but I actually had it just...
Miami.
No, I just asked you, did you have it? Yeah, set the target area? Yeah, just think. You make your bed, mate, you know, for mine, okay? So yeah, I'll look you back in there.
On a busy road at Lake Illawarra, police are testing drivers for alcohol and drugs. A driver suddenly makes an illegal turn to avoid the police line. In a blind panic, the driver continues to accelerate even though he's crashed. He's going home.
Там уступает Максу. 94 гонка Малона, 90, а у Макса 97 сильнее. Стапин сильнее. 135, 146.
36-year-old David is unemployed and lives in a nearby caravan.
О, а вот напарник. Этот чека. Кто у нас был? Или тут пятая. Это шестая.
It looks as though David may have been combining alcohol and methadone with a whole swag of other medications.
I need to take a nice deep breath in. Blow into the tube until I say stop, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, stop. Excellent. 0.
Опять этот спринт.
You can do a blind check or right now, going down to jail. You've been to jail? Yeah. Right?
They just haven't looked through his vehicle at this stage. It's actually been detected on speed at 100 in the 80 zone by the marked police vehicle in front of us. And his license is actually...
С Форза. Ее вообще нет.
Looks like something's just been located in the car.
Can I ask you some questions about the car that's located in the front of your vehicle? Can I answer?
A sunny day at Bondi Beach never failed to draw a crowd.
We get a lot of young people here that go into the beach. They come in, they have a drink, and they're the ones that are more likely to hop in their car.
The young learner driver of this white hatchback has done everything right. But her father Steve is supervising, so he must be under his .05 limit.
О.
Steve's a local, and the last thing he expected today was a trip into the RBT bus.
И, например,
Daughter screams along me, Dad, can you drive me up and pick my friend up and come to the beach? As soon as she gets the license.
The answer's good. Yeah. What's the name? Tui Rishes. Makes you feel any better, Rishes is my preferred drink as well. So, it's great.
I didn't tell the wife it was still a couple of friends. A couple of beers and we'll sail for a while. It happens.
я настрою, когда там меньше вообще классно
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop now.
It's too late now, and Steve's two-scooter secret could prove costly.
Я помню, уже получше был. Сейчас это так.
And making sure that it's a safe and enjoyable day for everyone.
You got your license, eh?
Fisherman. He spent a few hours sweating a line at a favourite fishing spot in his brand new boat.
You've been drinking?
The new boat is a gift from his girlfriend.
А, у меня что-то играть есть, ребят. Я нашел ее наконец. Вот три кто был. Вот это.
Жарко сильно надо, Макс. Заряд твои. Ролик тут. Ужасно. Повиснуть надо.
Steve has to be under the .05.
Шейка близко. Вот, сейчас видишь, как раз после воздуха близко.
Я уже пробовал. Вот это.
Да?
Сейчас, да, это выкрутил стал.
Конечно.
Я же я включил, был сейчас и не мучит тоже. Сейчас!
Да.
Я такие люблю.
Стрим поставить уже.
Да.
Это, пожалуйста.
Не буду. Блин, знаешь, есть? Это же дрифт.
А, дрифт.
У
тебя же есть.
Вот ты же кент повторил?
Да.
Фигня. И по сравнению с этой, это круче. Это лучше. Тут столько раз, что машин куча. Ну сколько машин всего у меня есть? 116.
О,
плюс
ты уже пробовал, да?
Плюс 24 штуки.
Класс.
Тут один,
ты можешь
тут один трек ледяной.
Да?
Это он сложный.
Да?
Я какой не возьму, там невозможно. 30 машина есть.
Да?
Там невозможно. Ма, ты расспрашивай. Там невозможно. Ты тормозил. Сейчас летают у меня.
Конечно, я представляю, какая скорость.
Да.
Побежал для твоих.
Да, ты
In the car, Alex tries hyperventilating. It's an old trick to try and beat the breathalyzer, but it doesn't work. And all Alex is going to get is lightheaded.
I stopped at the Bottle and I bought some beers and then I just drank a tally when I was like that chilling around at the ATM.
Yep.
And then basically jumped in my car and then came here and that's when you guys pulled me over.
So, they hadn't told us the truth. They just give you a 15-minute waiting period on the side of the road. I was guessing you out, the alcohol was clear. They don't give a definitive sort of answer about your alcohol. It's coming through, mate. That was just. Having a party or something, or just going to continue drinking, or is it?
Yeah, not really a party. Hoping to get up early and whatnot, so
Catch the lights tomorrow.
yeah, just hang out, a couple of beers,
In the breath analysis room, Alex has another go at hyperventilating, but This time, it's just making him more anxious.
Then for me nervous, Alex. Just take one deep breath and continuously have something to play. Nice and steady, not flat out. Nice and steady, just so it turns up.
With a job that calls for driving around to evaluate properties, Alex can't afford to blow his license. This 36-year-old Lake Illawarra local panicked at the sight of police and tried to get away. He's blowing zero alcohol, but his car is loaded with an assortment of drugs.
Can I ask you some questions about the marijuana that was just located in the front of your vehicle? Who owns it? You own it? And what's
David is taken to the police bus, where Senior Constable Chris St. Clair will conduct a drug test.
He's admitted to using marijuana about 1 hour ago, and he said he had about 3 cones of marijuana. Along with the mixture, he's probably got some optical nitrogen on his heart tablets and blood thinners, whatever else he's had. He's travelling in excess of the speed limit, 21 k's over. He's drug affected. He's getting to the stage now where possibly could be looking at another stint in jail.
Keeping this repeat offender off the road isn't as simple as cancelling his licence, because he's never held one.
I can't get my license, still not got fines. I'm slowly paying off. I finished my last payment on 2047.
He's got that many tickets in previous years. I think he stated he's got a few $100,000 worth of tickets from varied based on trains heading from here to Cabramatta to purchase drugs.
It's time to find out what cocktail of drugs David has in his system. After blowing over roadside, Alex admitted he'd downed a long neck only 5 minutes before.
You hadn't told us the truth and let us give you a 15-minute waiting period on the side of the road. You suggested you found alcohol. Clear?
Now he's under arrest in Byron Bay Police Station and about to get the results of his second test.
Notes. Sit down. Right, instruments analyse the stems from your breath to return a reading of 030. Understand that?
Be pleased with that one?
It seems Alex's high reading roadside was due to mouth alcohol.
Alex, it's definitely in your best interest in the future to tell us the truth about your consumption of alcohol. Had you told us the truth on the side of the road, your arrest would have completely been avoided.
Yeah, well, it just sounded better saying about half an hour than saying 2 minutes.
He'll go away, hopefully with a bit of a lesson under his belt, and certainly should come up with being in custody. So it's not something you're repeating in the near future, I wouldn't think.
On the Tweed River, Mark has been christening his brand new tinny with a few beers.
Yep. Just a nice steady breath until the feet stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. A little bit. Alright, Mark, at this stage, you're under arrest. You're far gone over. Alright. All fair bit.
Mark's blown high range and is taken to Tweed Heads Police Station. Being towed behind, his girlfriend won't be pleased. She just bought in the boat as a present. If Mark's being straight up about his drinks talent, then he should have nothing to worry about.
Within 2 more minutes, I would have been actually back at the boat man and the barbecue. So, not a really good finish of the day, but that's what happens.
Back at the station, Senior Constable Trent Elliott conducts his second test.
Have you had anything today?
No, what's it? 5 minutes late for barbecue.
Nice day for a barbecue in a couple of years.
Too. Very nice.
Despite his day out on the water taking a bad turn, life's been pretty good for Mark lately. He's just met a great lady.
She likes going to the beach. She wants to learn how to surf, and I can surf. And she likes fishing. She's been involved in fishing clubs, and I enjoy fishing. So we just found we had a lot in common. So we enjoy each other's company. We've given ourselves commitment rings. So I'm moving to her place next Saturday. And we'll just play from there. She won't commit till she falls pregnant. We're both great. I'm 51 and I don't want to start kids again. I've been there and done that.
Now, facing a possible licence suspension, Mark's worried his lucky streak is over.
I was unemployed for 6 months because I was spending no work. For me, my life's been actually going forward. And just to put a stop on it. So, which is not good.
Take a deep breath, like continue the tunes. I'll tell you to stop by saying the word stop now, okay? Deep breath and blow. Stop. That's fine. Thank you very much, Mark.
Between heads, keen fisherman Mark has blown a high range reading out on the water.
Mark, at this stage, you're under arrest now. You've gone over.
Back at the station, Senior Constable Elliot is conducting his second test.
Take a deep breath, like continue the tunes. I'll tell you to stop by saying the word stop now, okay? Deep breath and blow. Stop now. Thank you very much, Mark. Okay, Mark, the instrument has analysed sample your breath, and you've returned a reading of 0.066. You have gone over, you've just gone over, yeah. The legal limit is 0.050, you've gone 0.066. Okay, so you are over the limit to be in control of the vessel. Okay.
It's bad news for Mark.
I feel like she's always going under. Then again, what's really a lot over it. What do you call it? Borderline?
Six is still effective.
Mark's new boat might be on dry land for quite some time to come. Unlicensed driver David has been caught speeding with marijuana, alcohol, methadone, and a shopping bag full of prescription meds in his car. He admitted to smoking marijuana earlier, so now he's facing a drug test.
On your tongue, slow towards the front for us. Positive. As you've already indicated to us, okay, your result has come back positive.
As he's taken for a secondary drug test, David reveals this kind of stress is not the best thing for his state of health.
This is all your tablets, is it? Okay. Oh my God. You're a chemist.
I had a heart attack not long ago, and this is all the meditation I've got to take. We've got day cost about $100. If I had full price, I wouldn't be able to live. All up, it costs about $300, but I pay about 30. That's to keep my heart going, because I've had a heart attack and my heart kept getting blocked up all the time. It gives you blood and just does wonders for me.
What causes that? The heart problems?
The heart problems, just abusing my body when I was young, stupid. Teenager living in Sydney, you can imagine. But trying to go on the straight and narrow.
It seems the old habits die hard for David, who's admitted to smoking cannabis before getting behind the wheel.
David, it's come up positive for cannabis, mate. Probably knew that.
If David had a driving license, it would be suspended for 24 hours while the cannabis leaves his system.
I still will drive, but take the rest of the body.
The following day, David was caught driving again. David was charged with driving with an illicit drug in his system. The possession of cannabis, speeding, and driving without a license. He was fined $1,500. Driving the next day, failing to comply with the direction not to drive, he was fined an additional $700. Mark was charged with low-range drink driving. He was fined $300 and lost his license for 3 months. Next week on RBT.
People who might have something to hide or might have a few too many to drink turn up this street.
We've had about 7 drink drivers already been charged.
Why would you get in the car and put everybody arrested? They just won't work.
That was RBT, and this is Getaway. Tonight on RBT.
Here I am in the pub shop. Took a wrong turn, so to say.
I thought it was okay, but guess not. Open the car, mate.
How did you even get the car started? You can't even walk.
It's good as drove around on this.
Why didn't you stop driving? Hey, this phone on the place you want to arrest?
Senior Constables Bailey and Street are on late-night patrol in the Hunter Valley. Just outside Cessnock, they pass a car swerving all over the road and flashing its high beams. The driver of this red hatchback narrowly avoids hitting another vehicle as he pulls over. 20-year-old Matt struggles to open the car door.
We've got a winner. Open the car, mate. Unlock it. Sandy Constable Bailey from the High Patrol at Maitland. We stopped for a breath test tonight. You have your licence with you? What was that for? High range DUI. About a year ago. You stay right where you are for the moment. So high range DUI.
This guy next to me had nothing to do with me. Well, it's all on me.
Yeah? You been drinking tonight?
Yeah, 100%.
So, what's the status of your licence?
Suspended. Just till next April.
Suspended or disqualified by the court?
Can you explain what makes a difference?
Did the court suspend you? Disqualify you? Did you go to court and they said?
Yeah, I went to court and I paid $600 of lawyer fees. I just paid it off, and they said that if you get done again, you're going to jail.
Okay.
So
how many drinks have you had tonight?
12, 13.
How long ago did you have your last one? Okay. Now you're blowing this tube. You won't let it until I tell you to stop. Stop.
My mate Mitch had nothing to do with it.
You're the concern at the moment, okay?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to jail right now.
When there's an RBT operation in Coffs Harbour, drivers who bend the rules might be tempted to slip down a side road. But Senior Constables Saunders and Hetherington are one step ahead.
Just been doing some random breath testing just in a side street. We've got another crew just set up a bit further up the road, north of where we are on the highway, doing some breath testing, and we find that people who may have something to hide or may have had a few too many to drink turn up this street.
Paul's coming home from a barbecue with mates.
Hi, how you going? Thanks, just been stopped for a breath test.
Yeah, sure.
Your driver's license there, please. Any alcohol drink at all tonight?
Yep.
How long ago was your last drink?
About 15 minutes ago.
How much have you had today?
6 or 7 beers.
3 off this night.
Right.
Any way to get to Karora? Done one of these breath tests before?
Yep.
All you need to do is just seal your lips around the tube, keep blowing until I say stop. It's quite long, but not all that hard. Okay? Stop. said you may be over the limit. So what we'll have to do is we'll go back to the police station and do a breath analysis back there. That then, that's your business, is it?
Yep.
Cheerio, Sean.
Yeah, mate. If Paul blows over on his second test, the ramifications could last for months. But right now, he can't think past dinner time.
I got fresh food in that bloody car. Got two T-bone steaks sitting on the front there. This is on night shift. I thought I'd get home and get her food.
Yeah. How come you turned up this street?
Turned it by home. To Aurora. Yeah.
Only when the cops are doing RBT or?
Probably. Well, I didn't think I was in for the road anyway. We'll find out, eh?
For the RBT unit in Castle Hill, New Year's Eve has been a marathon.
Some roadside testing. How about you?
And when dawn finally breaks, Sergeant Moriarty has a long list of offenders.
We're just about coming to the end of our operation. Just like what we predicted, we've had about 7 drink drivers already been charged. A couple of drug-affected drivers. We've got one juvenile in the truck now, so it hasn't been good. Just like we thought it'd be, New Year's Eve, people just will not learn.
And the latest driver to ignore all the warnings is Adrian.
What's occurred tonight is this gentleman's travelling on the M2 motorway. He's failed the roadside test, so he's been arrested. He's brought back to here to the RBT bus, where he'll undergo a breath analysis, and that's what we're doing now.
According to Adrian, his last drink was 2 hours ago.
What time did you start drinking tonight, or last night?
About 9 o'clock.
What time did you stop drinking?
3.
What were you drinking?
Mainly whiskey.
Were you mixing it with anything?
Just Coke.
You had anything to eat while you're drinking?
Yeah, and a slice of pizza.
So it was whiskey and Coke. How many whiskey and Coke do you think you had?
10 or 12.
Open the car, mate.
In the Hunter Valley, 20-year-old Matt has admitted to drinking heavily all evening.
Unlock it. Ready to blow into this tube? Blow into it until I tell you to stop. Stop.
4 months ago, Matt lost his provisional licence after another drink driving incident.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to jail right now. Can you just...
Okay, mate, you're under arrest for the purpose of a breath analysis, okay?
Yeah, Mitch had nothing to do with it.
Right, hop over the car for me.
Yeah.
Walk to the back of the car. You got no shops on yourself?
No.
Did I identify myself? Yeah, said no.
Sorry, check that.
Any back pockets? What do you got in there?
I don't know.
Just change, mate.
Yeah, I've been drinking all night.
Alright.
His driving skills would be extremely impaired. Why would he get in the car and put everybody at risk? A kilometre down the road, we had a fatal motor vehicle accident a week ago, and the same thing. They just won't learn.
Matt's apparent concern for his drinking buddy Mitch, let alone anyone else on the road, is coming a little too late.
Stay there, man.
Let's go, mate. Why would you get in the car if you know it's smashed? You're not as smashed as he is.
I'm a little bit chucked.
Yeah, why would you get in the car knowing he can't even stand up?
I tell you the truth, I don't know where I was going. I don't know where he's gone.
Not in the passenger seat when someone's can't even walk, let alone drive a car. Silly man. Alright.
What possesses you to get behind the wheel of a motor vehicle in that state?
20-year-old man should know better.
I'm trying to throw my band. It's my fault. It happens.
When we saw you driving in the road down lane with one wheel in the dirt. When we caught up to you, you almost ran up the bump of the lady driving the road out. Or it is the lady, you run up her bump and you affect their lives. That's the whole problem. That's what we're trying to get at, mate, is that it's not all about you. And you get behind the wheel, it's about everybody else. The poor innocent people, they're the ones that get killed. They're the ones that are mums who've got kids, you know. You'll be wobbly there, mate.
Sit down before you fall.
How did you get the car started? You can't even walk.
Because
just good at driving around on this.
For Adrian, the new year could not have got off to a worse start. He had about a dozen good reasons not to drive home from the city, but chose to ignore them all.
10 to 12 drinks would put you over the limit in an evening.
I thought it was okay.
I guess not. Obviously, you've had a few drinks tonight. There is a possibility that you will lose your license, either here tonight or how will that affect you?
Wouldn't be good. Just getting around in general. Never lost my license before, so it would be very convenient.
Adrian's first breath test produced a reading at .124. Now it's time for the second breath analysis. If Adrian still has a mid-range reading, the consequences will stretch far beyond New Year's Day.
Life are not even stop.
On his way home from a barbecue, Paul took a detour down a side street and ran straight into an RBT.
This indicates that you're over the limit.
Now there's a second detour to Coffs Harbour Police Station.
Been one of these places for a few years. Don't like company. It's .05 these days. Back when I was, hanging out, it was .08, so it's a different ballgame. But I'm fairly heavy, so maybe it'll be close run. Who knows?
Now, what have you had this afternoon?
3 German beers and 2 long necks. One bourbon and coke. One bourbon and coke.
Just need to know
My wife.
same surname?
Yep. What are we after 22 years?
And you had a feed at the barbecue, obviously.
Yeah, big feed, yep. I work at 7 days a week, It's just found that this afternoon, So, I'm an old wares dealer, collectibles dealer, antique dealer, second-hand dealer. Work hard, trying to make a living. And here I am in the pub shop, so there you go. Took a wrong turn, so to say. Actually, I was going to tomorrow, go for a ride. Feel the Harley guys. Been riding all my life.
But if Paul's second breath test takes him well over the limit, the Harley will stay in the garage, along with the van he relies on for his business.
Thank you very much. Could you take a seat there for me? Very sure they'll put a tube on there. They'll get you to stand up. Blow as hard as you can in the instrument. Don't worry about the noises it makes. Just keep going off and stop.
Nah, won't be too much, mate. I've got a few beers. I'm not that much, Not a big night. But, I'm over. I hope not.
Well, Paul, get you jumping up for me. Just take a nice big deep breath. Once you blow as hard as you can through there. Just keep going. I'll tell you to stop. She got it just in time, mate, so grab a seat. Come on.
In Coffs Harbour, Paul is anxiously waiting his breath test results. He's hoping he'll be just under the legal limit.
Come on.
It's going to go.
Well, it is from 10%. Return to reading of 0.053 grams per hour. 10 litres of breath. The 0.53 is obviously in the low range category. It must remain under 0.05 to stay legal, mate.
Fine. That's cruel, that is. Hey, that's bloody cruel. No, what's going to happen? I didn't think it'd read over, but that's not too far over, I suppose. Old days I'll be walking right now.
Probably the bourbon's hurt you.
I thought that was all right.
Yeah. The thing with that reading is, at this stage, you keep your licence. We don't take the licence off you or anything like that. So, as and from, within a few hours' time, you're right to keep driving.
Paul's free to go home, but first, he has to rescue those T-bone steaks.
I'm going to go back in the car anyway and get that food out of there. I should have not had that last night. Learn that, kiddies. It's only a fraction over, but it's over. I'm not real happy about it, but
Hey, maybe we should have got a taxi.
Paul was a very honest man. Even in the back of the police car by his own admissions, he told police that he turned off the highway because he saw a random breath testing site a bit further ahead. So it was obviously in the back of his mind that he may have been over the limit, and that's obviously why he's turned off. Is that true, Sue? I think people need to understand that even trying to avoid RBT sites is not a guarantee that they're not going to get caught. We could be anywhere at any time.
Take off.
Adrian saw out the old year with a big night in the city and at least 10 Scotch and Cokes. Now he's seeing in the new year with a roadside reading more than twice the legal limit.
Sylvia lips around it. Later an RTV stop. Stop now. This instrument's returned a reading of 0.100 grams of alcohol in 100 millilitres of blood. What that means is that you've gone twice the legal limit. 0.05 is the limit. You've gone double that. Is there anything you'd like to say about the reading? Of course, you've gone in what would be range in PCA. We are by law required to suspend your licence on the spot up till court.
Adrian's free to leave, and on the long walk home, reality is sure to set in.
To have that sort of drink and knowing that it was a silly thing for him to do, and it's going to pay.
A bit wobbly there, mate.
In Cessnock, 20-year-old Matt has been caught drink driving for the second time in 4 months.
You don't even get the car started, you can't even walk.
It's good to drive around like this.
As Matt goes through the processing procedure, his emotions are running high.
My mum and dad just split up. I just can't believe I put mum through this. Like,
So telemarketer, you're saying?
I was, yeah.
You are. Is that what you do, or you're not doing it?
I got my final warning today. They said I'm a criminal offence in around. So fair enough. I said, you know, I just don't want my mum to know.
Mate, she's going to know, because you're going to want her to know. Because if you don't have your mum at court, and you don't have the support of your family, you may go to jail. You really got to, step up and start taking responsibility for your actions.
Another high-range reading tonight could well put Matt behind bars. It's news that his girlfriend won't want to hear.
I've been arrested a few times and that, but I promised her I wouldn't get arrested again, but it's too late now.
Before getting behind the wheel, Matt spent the evening downing vodka drinks at a nearby bar.
How many did you have drinking? You told us about 12 to 13 or so at the roadside. Would that be right or not?
At least 13.
At least 13? Okay, stand up for me, Matt. Big deep breath for me. And blow into it now until I say stop. Blow, blow, blow, blow, blow, blow, blow, blow, blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop. Okay, sit down there.
Disqualified driver Matt spent the evening drinking vodkas at a bar in Cessnock before getting behind the wheel of his girlfriend's car.
Big deep breath for me. And blow into it now until I say stop.
A high-range reading on his second test could mean jail time.
Keep going, stop. Sit down there. Take the load off. Okay, the machine's analysed that sample and it's given a reading, as you can see clearly on the screen up here, high range. You're 3 points off, 4 times that is the legal limit, mate. And you being a provisional 2 driver, you're not allowed to have any alcohol in your system. You're very lucky tonight. We could have been knocking on your mum's door and saying he's not coming home. He's not coming home ever. Now what we're going to get you to do, we're going to get you to sit outside in the foyer until someone that is sober to come and get you. You're going to have to probably bite the bullet and tell you for your mum, mate.
Ну,
It's the sort of phone call every parent dreads, but it could have been so much worse.
I'm just ringing to start. There's no need for any concern. He is safe and well. However, he has in relation to driving whilst he's intoxicated. Yes, he's very concerned about going to jail, yes.
все машины не были.
He's likely to
Сколько вообще не весь кто.
That's the big plus, I suppose, out of it, that we've got to get all that incident occurred innocently. We get killed too many times by people very drunk. And we just want to sort of, you know,
12 over.
And hopefully make a difference.
Okay.
Matthew was
sprint.
high-range drink driving and disqualified from driving for 3 years.
Наши 3 года.
With the stipulation that he enter a 12-month bond and attend the sober driving program. If Matthew comes before the magistrate again, he will go straight to prison. Adrian was convicted of mid-range drink driving, fined $500, and lost his license for 6 months.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw
18
speed.
with behaviour bond. That was RBT, and this is Getaway.
О, ну это жестко, ага. Там один специально на 3 года, на 6 месяцев было 17. По-моему, на год. Вывел, ты, а? Волфло. Это, киржик, быть довольно. Волфло. Ты че шляпа? Да физика тупая. Я поиграл, сколько я тут играл. Да. А, да! Да там физика, короче, правильно, фуфло, блин. Да невозможно, блин. С машиной. Я какая-то фуфла. Ты там, блин.
Because you're home, I can't let this happen. Nathan admits he's been in the pub, but because he's on his own property, police have to follow a different procedure.
Тут Максим места намного сильнее. Ламбо просто уделал, блин. Максим. Ну же. Этот. Флиппер. Точно. Собой как раз флиппер. Что, на которую будет?